coming. Ah, Lynn. Good to see you, boy. I must admit, I was surprised when I received your call. I never expected you to go and request a meeting with me.
Here, it isn't business-related. It's more of a personal matter.
Well, I'm all ears. What's on your mind then, Lynn?
About Dolly. As you've probably noticed by now, the two of us have gotten very close over the course of the past couple of years. As you are the one who took them in, I wanted to ask if I may receive your blessing to marry them, if they're not already betrothed to someone else.
Just what exactly are your intentions here, boy?
My intentions?
Dolly ain't just any old rag doll, you know. They're the heir to my share of the Darling family fortune, and are the first in line to succeed me as CEO of this company, and as head of the family if they choose to do so. If you were to marry them, and they decided to turn it down, however, you would be eligible to take over for them in their stead. It'd be quite the jump in status from your position.
Is that what you think I care about? Status. If that's what I was after, I would have just asked for a job interview instead. No, all I'm asking for here is Dolly. I don't know what it is about them, but they make it easier for me to open up and let me be myself.
It's a ragdoll thing. Go on.
Ever since you first introduced us to each other, they've never once treated me like I was just a porcelain doll. It can be at the jewelry shop, at the party, or just casually visiting each other. I enjoy any amount of time we get to spend together, and I like to think about the kind of future that we could have. I can't see myself being with anyone else. I know it's a little presumptuous of me to seek to marry the only child of the Darling family head, but...
You know I'm just yanking your chain there, right, Lynn?
Come again?
I've known you for pretty much your whole life, son. I know you'd never be the type to go out looking for money or status. And I can definitely see you and Dolly being mighty happy together.
Then, what was with the wall of ice you hit me with earlier?
You know how many folks have already come to me chomping at the bit to see Dolly's hand in marriage since I took them in? Folks that I know were just doing it for the money or the status. Too many. Too many. That child has always meant more to me than that. And I would want their partner to feel the same.
So then, is that a yes?
I'm afraid you're asking the wrong person here, Lynn. It ain't up to me. I'm done with these arranged marriages and not letting the members of this family decide how they lead their lives. Whether or not Dolly gets married to you should be for the two of you to decide.
All right. Thank you for your time, sir.
Go get him, Tiger. I'll be rooting for you. I finally did it, Franny. I finally put it all behind me. Good went long enough, didn't it?
Anything interesting in the news this morning?
I suppose you could say that, yeah. Another person's gone missing from the neighborhood.
Another one? What's that make now, like 3 this week?
5, actually. A child this time. The fathers don't seem to have any leads on any suspects neither. Go figure.
Are the police kind of slow on the uptake when it comes to those kinds of cases? Or...
No, I know that 'cause I ain't got none neither. Typically, you'd start seeing a bit of a pattern by now. Age, gender, species, family ties, color even. But there ain't any real consistency with these disappearances other than the fact that they all took place sometime late in the night.
Huh. Well, that's unsettling.
Yeah. I hope you'll bear with me. But until we figure out what's going on here, or things quiet down some, I want you to stick close if you happen to be out during the evening hours. I want you home no later than 9 p.m.
What? Are you serious?
I'm completely serious. I got a bad feeling about this. And no assignment at work or late-night social gathering is worth compromising your safety for in my eyes. With any luck, it should only be for a little while anyway. So please, between the hours of 9 p.m. and 6 a.m., you are to remain here at the manor. Are we clear?
Yeah, we're clear. Should we call Wallace and Walden and let them know what's going on too?
Well, in all likelihood, Walls already knows what's going on. And Walden barely leaves that factory of his anyways. But better to be safe than sorry.
Hello?
Hey there, it's me. Listen, I need you to do me a favor.
Oh boy. What do you need?
I need you to keep your wits about you and stick to your house between the hours of 9 p.m. and 6 a.m. until further notice. Don't go venturing out in the middle of the night unless it's absolutely necessary. Capiche?
Wait, what? You've got to be kidding me. You're giving me a curfew? What am I to you, 12?
Well, sometimes.
Is this about the people who have been going missing recently?
Yes, it is.
Do you have anything to do with it, perchance? Or any of your henchmen?
No. But we're gonna be if someone from this family winds up going missing along with them. I've already made Dolly aware of the curfew. Just want to make sure we're all on the same page until we know what's going on.
Well, Dolly, I can understand, but... Come on, brother. I'm not a child anymore.
That don't matter none to me. You'll always be my baby brother, Walls. And as your brother and as the head of this family, it's my duty to be looking out for you. So don't you go wandering off now, all right?
Well, if it'll help you sleep better at night, then fine. I'm usually home by 5 anyways.
Alrighty. Bye now.
Bye.
Hello, you have reached Walden, darling. Sorry I missed your call. Please leave a message and I'll call you back.
Hey, Wally boy. It's me. Kinda figured you'd be busy at this moment in present. Listen, there's some commotion going on inside the neighborhood at the moment. I know you don't come down here much anyways. Let's try it best if you avoid the city during the night until further notice. I'll be sure to keep you posted on what's going on. You just stay safe out there, alright? We'll be in touch. Bye now. Yeah. Now I really got a bad feeling about this. Well, out with it, Walls. Where's the fire?
Well, you know the reports about the kidnapper they're referring to as the Midnight Maniac, right?
Yeah? What about him?
I think we managed to get him on camera. Got the footage right here.
Well, hand it over and let's see.
Alright, bear with me here. This guy moves fast, so you'll have to watch it frame by frame.
Alright.
There. Anything about that guy look familiar to you?
Hell.
Yeah. There's no mistaking it. The height, the hair, the clothes, all of it's a perfect match. That's Walden.
Are you absolutely certain he's the one who's been snatching folks off of the street?
Well, it'd be quite the coincidence if he isn't. Last night it was a 17-year-old girl that went missing, right? Well, she was last spotted on CCTV footage walking across town at around 11 p.m. This footage was taken between 10:45 and 10:55. I know the boy works out, but that's a bit late for just a casual breakneck sprint down the middle of the street, don't you think?
Has it been spotted with the girl at all?
Not that I've been able to find. The boy's smart. Any security footage that's managed to capture him is so shoddy that they haven't been able to get a clear image.
Does anyone else know about this here camera footage?
No one but the security office. But I don't think they've made the connection back to Walden yet. They don't really know him, and the footage is in black and white, so...
Damn. Damn. If word gets out that a member of our family is behind all these disappearances, we'll be ruined.
But if people find out that we knew a member of our family was behind these disappearances and did nothing to stop it, we'll also be ruined, if not arrested. So, what do you want to do, Judge?
Bring Dolly up here. I need to borrow their eyes for just a moment.
Is there any way we can clear up this footage a little bit more?
I'm afraid this is as good as we're gonna get it, hon. Just tell me, are you able to see anything that is boundary lines?
Well, getting an accurate look at his boundary lines through images and video footage is hard all on its own, even when it's clear. All the details here are so blurry, it's almost impossible to make out. But there's definitely something going on with him, that's for sure.
What an astute observation there, Captain Obvious. Now try telling us something we don't know.
Well, then, what about this? See? His left hand. That can't be his prosthetic. It's way too dark.
You know you're right. That don't look right.
Upgrade, perhaps?
I mean, maybe. but I don't like the way his eyes look either. That's not the facial expression of someone that's just out for a casual jog, or even an intense cardio workout. That looks more like the face of a predator that's locked onto their prey and giving chase.
Is there anything more that you're able to make out?
Not really, other than he's a total mess.
Well, that's just Walden.
We'll leave it at that, then.
What are you going to do?
We'll give it a week. See if we can try and get in touch with Walden and figure out why he's doing this. See if he can still be reasoned with. If not, then we'll meet up and discuss things from there.
A week? You do realize that a wait-and-see approach would mean putting more innocent people from the neighborhood at risk, right?
Trust me, I'm very well aware. But Walden's still a part of this family. Perhaps it's not too late just yet. You gotta at least try and do some for him before this madness gets out of hand. Alrighty. Where we at? Anything to report?
Well, 12 calls and 5 voicemails left on Walden's own personal cell later, and not so much as a text.
Alright. Dolly?
I've tried calling him like half a dozen times and haven't gotten a response. I've also tried calling the Rainbow Factory directly, hoping someone could get me in touch with him there, but I just wound up being left on hold until the call eventually dropped. What about you? Have you had any luck at reaching him?
None, I'm afraid. My phone calls and emails won't go through. It didn't show for a private meeting we had scheduled for yesterday. Hell, I even went up to the factory myself as a last resort, only to turn away at the door by security. For my own personal safety, they said.
So I think it's safe to say that Walden has gone completely AWOL, and the disappearances still haven't stopped. Without fail, someone winds up going missing from the neighborhood every single night.
Where would he take them, though? And why? None of the victims have any sort of connection to him, do they? Why would Walden do something like this?
Well, if the boy's done lost his mind, then there ain't much sense in trying to make sense of it. The best we can do is look out for ourselves and each other until he goes bored of it and stops, or he slips up and gets caught.
Or he runs out of people to hunt.
You know, that actually ain't a bad idea.
What?
We'll extend our curfew out to other employees. Any late-night events we're scheduled will be moved either late afternoon or early evening. And I'll submit a tip to the local sheriff to see if we can extend that curfew out to the rest of the city. If we can't stop Walden directly, then we can at least take measures to prevent him from taking anyone else.
Do my ears deceive me? You mean to tell me that pretty boy Darling is willing to work with local law enforcement to stop a serial kidnapper?
Trust me, Walls. The only thing the fuzz lacks more than finding a man that's in deep shit with the law is a man with deeper pockets.
Well, I guess it's official.
What is?
The neighborhood's already caught on to the fact that someone's behind all the disappearances that have been happening recently. They've officially started referring to him as the Midnight Maniac.
I mean, I guess it's fitting, isn't it?
Yeah. There's gotta be some way we can fix this. Are we sure looking at candidates for a new assistant for Wally is completely off the table?
Oh yeah, definitely. Unless you can think of someone who would be able to keep up with him in this place and follow all of his orders without question.
What if we offer up Jeremy as a potential candidate?
Potential sacrifice, you mean? Jeremy wouldn't last a day as Wally's assistant.
Well, what about you, Howdy? Wally still seems to trust you.
Not gonna happen. Believe me, it'll only be a matter of time before we find ourselves at each other's throats. And that's a fight I'm definitely not going to win.
Frank?
Forget about it, Salves. The only reason Wally doesn't take issue with me is because he can't be bothered to remember I even exist half of the time. I'm just barely on the verge of being forgotten by him completely. And you know me. Like Howdy, it'd only be a matter of time before we're at each other's throats. And if Howdy doesn't stand a chance against him, then neither do I.
Well then, I'm fresh out of ideas.
Well, we can't knock you for trying. Guess we'll just have to bear with it and wait until Wally snaps out of it. If he snaps out of it.
And done. That's all taken care of? And it's only... Oh, shit. The curfew. Oh, Morty's going to kill me. Maybe if I hurry, I'll be able to make it back before Walden makes it to town. Huh? Oh, boy. Here we go. Hey.
Dolly? Where in the world are you right now? You know it's past 9 p.m., right?
I'm so sorry, Morty. I lost all track of time responding to emails and logging in the last of the reports. I'm heading out right now.
No, Dolly, you stay put. It's too dangerous for you to be wandering around town this late at night. I'll come get you.
What if I meet you halfway? That way it'll save time for the both of us.
All right. We'll meet halfway then. You just keep your wits about you and stick to where the streets are lit.
All right, I'll see you soon.
Yep, see ya.
Yep. I'm in for one hell of a lecture when I get home. Just keep on walking, Dolly. Just keep on walking. Walden?
Oh, for a late night stroll?
I was late getting out of work.
You should be more careful. There's a maniac on the loose, you know.
Yeah, I know. It really is you, isn't it?
Run.
Ah. Ah.
Oh, shit. He's fast. Someone, please, help. Huh? Morty?
Hun, Dolly. Go, get back to the house, now.
Right.
Ugh. You've crossed the line, Walden. If you want Dolly, you'll have to go through me first.
Master Dolly, are you all right?
No. I was late, and Walden came, and Morty, he's still out there.
Dolly, breathe. Breathe. Listen to me. I'm sure the Master will be just fine. He has his pistol on him at all times. What matters now is that you're here. You're safe.
I should have been paying closer attention. I should have just stayed put like he told me to. If anything happens to Morty, it'll be all my fault.
Hey. Try to relax, okay? A master has dealt with far worse than the likes of some deranged kidnapper. Everything's going to be all right. You'll see.
Oh, I hope you're right, Santi. For the love of God, I hope you're right.
That is...
Wally? Oh, my word, are you hurt? What happened here?
I got shot.
Oh, dear. Get him to the operating room, quick. Hey, I need you to do me a favor.
What do you need, Dr. Partridge?
When he goes under for surgery, make sure he stays under. Keep him sedated until we know more.
But, Doctor...
I've got an awful feeling about this. I fear Wally may have just done something to land us all in trouble. It'll give him a chance to properly heal, at least.
Right. As you wish, Doctor.
Poppy? What's going on? It's rare that you ever feel the need to call us down for an emergency meeting.
I know. This one is necessary, though, I'm afraid. Wally was rushed in the surgery late last night.
What? Surgery? What happened?
Well, nothing good. I know that for certain. It would appear he was shot in the abdomen at point-blank range. The bullet tore clean through him.
Point blank? By who? The police?
Not likely. If that were the case, they likely would have followed him here. He's lost a lot of blood. I'm astounded he even made it back to the factory. The skin around his face and neck also shows signs of irritation. My guess is either from mace or pepper spray.
So Wally found a victim that was actually able to fight back, huh?
Yes, I suppose that's accurate.
But there weren't any new puppets waiting for me in the lab when I came in this morning. So what happened? Did they get away?
Well, I think what happened here was that Wally targeted the wrong person this time. We analyzed some tissue samples we found caught up underneath his claws, and It came out a 25% match with himself.
25%? You mean Wally actually tried attacking one of his relatives?
Yes. But not just any relative, I fear.
25%? Wouldn't that be like a grandparent or an aunt or uncle or something?
That's right.
Oh shit. Oh shit. His uncle.
Something wrong, Howdy?
Wally's uncle is the old Louisiana mobster, Pretty Boy Darling. He also carries the moniker of judge, jury, and executioner of the neighborhood's east side. That's gotta be him.
I'm afraid you may be right, Howdy. I can't think of anyone else who's related to him that could put up nearly as good of a fight.
But if Wally really went and attacked his uncle, and that means...
It means we're probably bound to hear from Wallace at some point.
There's more to it than just that. If Wally really did attack his uncle, and he was still able to make it back to the factory, empty-handed no less, and considering all of Wally's injuries, then that means Mordecai either got really lucky and he managed to escape, or Wally managed to kill him. Either way, it spells a whole lot of trouble for the rest of us if his henchmen never manage to track us down, especially if it's Wallace that's leading the charge.
Well, what should we do then? Wally's down and out until further notice. And none of us have been given the authority to manage things in his stead.
Well, we could put a code gray over on production, but that's only supposed to be used for when a crucial member of staff dies.
Well, I know the color wells are all still full, and we have no shortage of puppets being kept in the cells. If we keep things running on a basic level, we should be able to manage things by ourselves for the next 2 weeks or so.
I'm afraid that isn't enough time. Wally will need to be on bed rest for at least a month in order to properly heal from his injuries. And if his actions from last night wind up causing problems for the rest of this facility, then we cannot simply allow him to go down to the neighborhood to look for colors.
We'll have to wait and see then. See if we hear anything about Mordecai and the rest of Wally's family, and then decide what to do from there.
Dolly, please. You need to lie down and get some rest.
How can I possibly get any rest at a time like this? It's been hours, and there hasn't been any sign of Mordecai.
Look, Dolly. I don't know what might be going on, but exhausting yourself with worry isn't going to help either. You should...
Yes, hello? Morty, is that you?
Hello, is this Dolly?
Yes? Who is this?
I'm with the neighborhood general hospital. Her father was rushed here following an attack he suffered late last night.
Hospital? Attack?
He's in pretty bad shape. Our emergency department is doing everything they can for him, but...
Say no more. Let him know I'm on my way. That bastard. Santi, can you take me to the neighborhood general hospital?
The hospital? Why?
Mordecai's been rushed to the emergency room. They said he's in pretty bad shape. We need to go. He needs to know that I'm all right.
Right. As you wish.
Are you here for Mordecai, darling?
Yes, that's me. How is he?
Honestly, it isn't looking good for him. It appears he was struck multiple times in the head with a blunt object. He is also dealing with several broken ribs and a punctured lung, as well as deep lacerations across his back and abdomen. It's a miracle he even made it to the hospital. We've managed to stop the bleeding and get the swelling in his brain under control, but his prognosis still looks bleak. He's already suffered a seizure due to the trauma he sustained to his head. Even if he manages to pull through, it's unlikely that he'll ever fully recover.
So, what you're saying is,
it's up to you what you want us to do. We have all the staff and resources we would need to tend to him and keep him comfortable. If he starts to show signs of improvement within the next 24 to 48 hours, we can even start looking into options to provide long-term care for him if he'd like. If not, well...
Can I see him? Please? I need some time to think about this.
Of course.
Oh, Morty. I'm so sorry. I should have just did what you told me and stayed at the office. Even his boundary lines are wrecked. How am I supposed to decide what's best for him?
Well...
Yes? What is it?
I've known Master Mordecai for a while now. Not nearly as long as you by any means, but I've been by his side serving him faithfully for around 8 years now. And I know that when it comes to having things done for him, he's only willing to let it go so far.
What are you saying, Santi?
Mordecai values his independence and his ability to handle things on his own. If it's a choice between being completely bedridden and left a vegetable or passing on, I think he'd choose the latter.
But...
If he's able to pull through on his own, that's one thing. But to keep him alive, if he isn't going to have any quality of life left, is another.
Doctor?
Yes.
If Mordecai doesn't show any signs of improvement, and we were to take measures to prolong his life, how much time do you think it would buy him?
There's no way of knowing for certain. It could be weeks, months. I've even had patients hold on for well over a year before succumbing to their injuries or illnesses.
A year? God. It'd be like a rag doll going plush. I know Mordecai would never want that if it were me. I'll call Wallace. We'll let things progress naturally. See if he makes it to that 24 to 48 hour mark.
Hello?
Wallace? It's Dolly.
And what sort of errand has Kai sent you to pester me about today?
Morty's in the hospital. It's bad, Wallace?
What? What do you mean? I just saw him at our board meeting yesterday afternoon, and he was fine.
I'm sorry. It's my fault. I was out past curfew and the maniac got him.
Walden. So you guys are at the neighborhood general hospital, I take it?
Yeah,
How bad is it?
He got him pretty bad. The doctors aren't sure he's going to make it.
All right. I'm on my way. I should be there in about an hour.
Okay. See you soon.
Bye. Kai.
Well, good morning, sugar. How you doing this morning?
Mom? You might want to sit down for just a second.
All right, Evan. What's going on?
Dolly just called. Mordecai's in the hospital.
What?
Yeah. I guess he had a run-in with the Midnight Maniac last night.
What? Is he?
Well, from the sounds of it, he survived. But he isn't out of the woods just yet.
Speak plainly, Wallace. Don't worry. I can handle it.
They don't think he's going to make it.
Could you take me to him? Please? I don't think I should be driving while I'm like this.
Yes, of course. I'll be there soon.
Alrighty. You drive careful now.
Yep, see ya.
All right, come on. Let's get going.
Right.
Does anybody know what exactly happened?
Well, maybe not exactly, but I'm pretty sure I could take a guess. Dolly was out past curfew, and Kai went to go get them. They must have been ambushed by the maniac somewhere along the way.
Well, hey, how did they manage to avoid disappearing like all the others?
Come on, Mom. This is Mordecai we're talking about. You know, anyone that tries messing with him is just asking to get into a fight.
Well, hopefully this means that mean old maniac will finally be brought to justice. Someone in the city has to have seen or heard something by now. Wallace, what are you making that face for?
What face?
That face. The one that says you know more about this than you're letting on. Keeping secrets from me, are we now?
Maybe it's better if this is kept a secret.
Wallace, I'm grown. Whatever you and your brother are trying to hide, I'm sure I can take it.
Walden's the Midnight Maniac.
What?
Walden's the Midnight Maniac.
How are you certain?
Yeah. I know descriptions of him on the news are still a little vague. Tall with a lot of hair. But there's no mistaking it. Kai, Dolly, and I have all known for weeks now.
But why? What could Kai or anyone else from the neighborhood have done to make him act like this?
Who knows? None of us have heard anything from Walden since you guys attended that party over at the Lees. We've tried everything we could to get in contact with him, outside of busting down the front door to the Rainbow Factory. And all we have to show for it is unanswered messages and voicemails. The boy's seriously lost his mind. There's no sense in trying to understand why he's doing this anymore.
But then, what about reporting him to the police?
You know, I'm seriously starting to consider it. With Kai being hospitalized, the personal consequences of this have really started to outweigh our public image. And if Kai doesn't make it, then shit's really going to fly off the fucking handle.
Have a little faith, Walls. Your brother's as tough as nails, you know?
Yeah, I know.
Yes, can I help you?
Yeah, hi, we're here to see a Mordecai, darling.
And you two would be...
His brother and his mother.
All right, he'll be down that hall over there in room 12.
Thanks. Ah, Doctor.
Are you Wallace?
Yes, that's me. My brother. How is he?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid you two were just a few minutes too late.
What?
Your brother passed away roughly 10 minutes ago. His time of death was called at 11:27 this morning.
No, my baby.
10 minutes. Was there anything you guys could have done for him?
Well, given his age and the extent of his injuries, life support, and a really low maybe.
Life support? Those x-rays. They're not his, are they?
They are. Would you like me to go over them with you? Or would you like me to give you and your family some space?
Lay it on me, Doc. What happened to my brother?
Did he have any last words, do you know?
No. He was too weak to say anything when Santi and I got there. He regained consciousness briefly, but it was only for a couple of minutes. He just stared at me and smiled. And then he was gone. The last thing he said to me was when he put himself between me and Walden. He told me to run and to get back to the house.
He was probably relieved to see that you were there, safe and sound. That's probably why he was holding on despite his terrible injuries.
Mom, could you excuse us for a minute? Dolly and I need to have a serious talk right now.
Well, whatever the two you need to talk about, you can say in front of me. Look, talk don't bother me none.
Mom, this isn't just about work or the company. We also need to talk about what we're going to do about Walden.
And I just lost my son, Wallace. Don't I get a say in this too?
All right. Okay, Dolly. It's time to make up your mind. Do you want to take over for Mordecai or not?
How can I possibly take things over for Mordecai? When I'm the reason Mordecai is dead. I mean, how is that going to look to people?
Look, I spent the past 20 years listening to Walden blame himself for the death of his mother. I'm not about to spend the next 20 years listening to you lament over losing Kai. Mordecai would want you to take over in his stead. So is it a yes or is it a no?
I can't. I'm just not cut out for it, Wallace.
All right. Like we promised, you said it, I'll drop it. Our business partners are going to be less than pleased to see me in charge, but they'll get over it.
Folks really seem to enjoy seeing you at parties and banquets, though. Perhaps you can use your ragdoll abilities to connect with them on a more personal level.
Yeah. You're better at communicating with them and maintaining our business relations than I am. You might not thrive in an office or a cubicle, but with others, oh, they practically flock towards you.
So, I'd just be another socialite.
Nothing wrong with that. I'd represent the company on a professional level, and you would represent it on a personal level. Everything balances out.
I guess. Now, about Walden.
Right. Well, I think we can all agree that Walden has taken things way too far. His attack on Mordecai was sloppy. The police are bound to find something linking it back to him, as well as all the recent disappearances. It's only a matter of time. We should probably do what we can to save a little face in all of this, and report our findings to the police.
I agree. He'll be gone a long time, but the people of the neighborhood deserve to see justice for all the babies they lost.
No. That's not good enough. You think Walden's really just going to sit there and let the police take him away in cuffs? Because I don't. It'd be like taking a bunch of pigs and herding them into a slaughterhouse.
Verbiage? What do you suggest, then?
He messed with Mordecai Darling, judge, jury, and executioner of the East Side. That's gotta mean something to someone out there. I don't just want to stop Walden. I want to ruin him.
Listen here, Dolly. You're hurting right now, and I understand that. Perhaps you should wait and sleep on it before you go up and do something rash.
No, I think I'm being pretty fucking reasonable here. Walden needs to pay for what he's done. For the sake of the neighborhood, and for Mordecai.